This is the Maida initiative, conversation without compromise.
I think one thing I've noticed is that in some ways there are some similarities between the way the Bible approaches fasting and Islam approaches fasting, but there's some big differences as well. So the biggest thing that fasting is used for in like the Torah, in the Jewish scriptures, is that it's mostly about repenting. That you're fasting, the nation usually fasts when somebody has done something terrible, and there's a plague, there's a famine, there's an enemy army invading, and then they fast to seek God's help. Or when David has sinned and his child is on the verge of death, he fasts in the hope that God will save his child. In the New Testament, a lot of that actually shifts. We don't really see fasting for repentance in the same way as much after Jesus comes. And in some ways, the fasting Jesus goes through is almost the opposite of the idea of Ramadan. Because when Jesus fasts, that's when Satan shows up most strongly in Jesus' life. So in Matthew 4, it says, "Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil, and was fasting 40 days and 40 nights. He was hungry. And the tempter came to him and said to him, 'If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread.' But he answered, 'It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God.' Then the devil took him up to the holy city and set him on a pinnacle of the temple and said to him, 'If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you. And on their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone.' Jesus said to him, 'Again it is written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test.' And again the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him, 'All these I will give you, if you will fall down and worship me.' Then Jesus said to him, 'Begone, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve.' Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and were ministering to him." So Jesus basically goes through a period of fasting on the verge of really starting his public life. Because the way the Bible presents Jesus is that he doesn't really do very much before he's 30, right? He's a good son, he works a normal job, and his public ministry starts at 30. Very similar to the way Muhammad lived a regular life before he started his work, right?
Correct.
But right as Jesus' work begins, he goes through this period of fasting, which is essentially this preparation for his work. And the essence of fasting biblically is in what Jesus says when Satan tells him to eat, which is, man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the Lord. So typically, the reason Christians fast isn't for repentance, because we believe that that's all kind of covered on the cross at this point. But typically we fast because it's times when we're looking for God's guidance in our life, right?
Correct. See, the thing is, Muslims believe all the prophets.